And geekers alike, I am Chris, the Atari Creep. Hey, first of all, before I even get into anything, thank you so much for coming by and checking us out. Very low budget, very guerrilla style video making, so you're just going to have to bear with me until I get my act together. But I thought I'd throw up an introduction video, just give you a quick tour of my game room, because it's not a big deal. It's only going to take a minute or so. And just, let you guys know what I'm all about. Let's see. What are you going to see on this page? You are going to see a lot of unscripted crap, like this video here you're watching now. Game reviews? Probably not. Maybe a few here and there. How many times can you see a review of the same cartridge, I get bored. Pickup videos, more than likely. Will I go out shopping or hunting or whatever? You may see a few of those. But mainly nonsense. I get bored easily, and I get these ideas in my noodle that you're going to wonder why I'm not committed or medicated or just drooling in a white vest. But that's basically what this page is. It's just getting crap out of my skull and just having a good time with it. And hopefully getting to meet a whole bunch of people across the country, possibly across the world. We'll see. But, what the hell? Let's just find out what's behind this door here. Like it says, abandon all hope, ye who enter here. And I will take you into the inner sanctum of the Atari Creep. So let me start with this top shelf here. This is to the right of where my TV is, okay? I'm a real big fan of these plug-and-plays. I know the emulation is not the greatest, especially like with that one. One of my favorite games is Yard's Revenge, and it has a copy of it in there, but the sound's a little off and all that. But personally, I don't care. I think they're convenient, they're great, and they're fun. There are so many out there. It's one of those fun things to just try to collect. And whenever I see one at a Goodwill or whatever for a few bucks, I'll pick it up, regardless if I think it works or not. Like there's a couple here that don't work. Like that Black Spider-Man one, the Venom, doesn't work. That one works awesome. That one works great. And there's a little tin. But the other thing I like about these things is, let me do this without making you seasick. Like this guy here, I got a couple of them. I'm going to gut that open, and I'm going to make a small little bar top arcade. I have a small wet bar in my house. I'm going to make a little arcade out of that one, and then out of that Mortal Kombat one, because that one works, but the AV cord isn't, it's loose inside. So I'm just going to pull the whole thing apart, and hopefully you'll get to see that process here pretty soon. I also have another arcade project coming up that's pretty neat, and hopefully if I think about it, I'll show you what it is here in a second. Alright, just a little bit south of that shelf is this little shelving system. And of course on the top here we have to show Lord Vader, and you'll see him a lot. He tends to interrupt my videos quite a bit, and you'll see that. So he's top shelf. I got a little lightsaber thing I had put together. I'm also a prop builder. That was just a little, see if I can do something for under $10 and real quick. And that's what that is. Big fan of Atari, of course. So these are command sticks for the Atari, and then I got a trackball. I'm a big fan of trackballs too, even though they don't really translate well to the home systems. But if I ever see one that's odd, I'll pick it up. I'm a control junkie. Here's the main unit. This is the one I've had since I was a kid, or I first started playing on. It's the Sears Telegames 2600, also known as the Video Arcade. And of course, can't have a room without zombies. Go down to the next shelf. We got a little paper skull I painted with an Atari XE system. This is roughly 87 or so. I picked it up dirt cheap at a local consignment shop. It didn't have the power cords or anything, but I'll eventually get to that. And the games for them are kind of expensive. You can use the 400 or the 800 Atari Computer Series cartridges. And that's all that basically is an Atari computer built to be more like a gaming system. So that was pretty cool. I got it mostly complete. With the exception, of course, the box, the manual. But I can't wait to fire that up. Apparently, Missile Command is built into it, so at least I'll have a game for it. There's my almighty Genesis Model 1. That's the one with the good video card and sound card. I'm not going to get into a lot of technical specs or anything, but that's one of my pride and joys. This right here is my Dreamcast. The controller port needs some repairing. Apparently it's a resistor fuse kind of deal that pops. Pretty handy with a soldering iron. So eventually I'm going to get that going again. And I have another Dreamcast on its way to me from a coworker. So once we get that going, maybe we'll start playing around with that. This is one of my latest acquisitions I got in a trade. It's a single controller for a 3DO. I don't know what it came with, or some people are speculating it came with a certain package or something. Never seen one before. I traded like a $4 game for it. I thought it was a pretty even, and I love controllers. You'll find that out. I have more of a collection of controllers than I have anything else. And whenever I find one that's goofy, I pick it up, as long as it's, you know, priced fairly. So that's that Batwing looking sucker. Come down here to the third shelf. I have my Atari Super Pong. I have an Atari Video Pinball. If you've never seen one of these things, I'm telling you, check it out. This is like one of the pride and joys of my collection. I picked up for $10. They're not really that expensive. You can get one for under $40 on eBay, if that's the way you choose to go. I hate eBay, but whatever. There's an Atari trackball that came out for the 2600 system. There's two more that Atari put out that I know of. There was one that was supposed to go with one of the computer systems, and there was one that was supposed to come out with the, or it did come out with the 5200. So, and that thing's a monster, so I'm going to be picking that sucker up pretty soon, hopefully. And I'll just have a wall of trackballs. Maybe I'll figure out how to get them to work good. Who knows? Alright, down below is just this little skull guy and a Hot Wheels track thingy from 1974. That'll get filled up with something else here pretty soon. So let's move on to another wall. We'll just go a little bit left of that. And this is a sign I got from a Redbox display. It kept blowing off and it was on the edge. And I said, hey, let me just take that off your hands. And he was more inclined to let me. That's code for I literally just took it while he was there. But he didn't say anything. Everything was groovy. So I thought that was pretty cool. I don't have any posters or anything, so that's that. This is a Dance Dance Revolution pad or mat or whatever you want to call it. I picked up for my buddy. He's Asian, and well, you know, it's stereotypical, but he loves this shit. So I picked it up for him. I'm going to be giving it to him as soon as he moves into his new place. So he knows about it, so I'm pretty sure he'll see this video and be like, oh, wow, look at that. But he knows. It's not a big surprise. Just to the left of that are my two TVs. A friend of ours gave me this little 19-incher, and my neighbor threw this one away, and they both work just fine. This one's only mono, but I don't care. It's free, and there's no way to play Atari games other than on a shitty old tube TV, which leads us to my partial Atari 2600 and 5200 collection. These are just the main cartridges I like to have out, and you'll notice a lot of end labels have been recreated and what have you. I store a lot of stuff too, so I'll probably get to a lot of that afterwards. I plan on doing a video on just these cartridges, because with the Atari 2600, a lot of bizarre things happen. Anyone was able to make anything they wanted for it after a certain lawsuit came out. So there's a lot of weird variations and a lot of just bizarre stuff that happened with it. Like, I have a Nintendo game that was released by Coleco that plays on the Atari, and you all know what game that is. That's Donkey Kong. And when you look at it that way, it just blows my mind. And there's a couple 5200. To the left of that are my loose Genesis cartridges. Contra Hard Corps used to be there, but I traded to a buddy of mine who really, really wanted it. And that game just kept pissing me off, so. There's my PS1. My box Genesis, Dreamcast, and PS1 games and an extra controller. Alright, let's swing around here to the left of the door we just came in. And there's my N64 controllers. There's my Super Nintendo and an aftermarket GameCube controller. My entire NES collection, because I sold a grip of those. But these are just the games I liked playing quite often. That Commando, a lot of people don't like it, but I love it. I think that's a great game. And of course, just above that is my favorite series of all time, is Castlevania. Let's see, GameCube. We got a Game Boy. Just a couple of games for it here and there. There's my N64 with a Pikachu. That Pikachu might be going away someday. I'm not a big Pokemon fan, but I collected it for 50 cents to add to a package. I don't know, maybe there's a contest coming up. Who knows? Just below that's my N64 drawer with my limited amount of games. I got 2 GameCubes. One works, one doesn't. That sucker might be featured in a video pretty soon. So, you know, keep checking on by. See what's doing here at the Creep Camp. And below that is another prop I'm making. That's going to turn into something very, very interesting. I hope, you know, you view in for that, because I'll probably be posting stuff like that as well. And guys, that's about it. I'm going to flip this camera around and just do a little sign out. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my minuscule room. Well, that's pretty much everything. Like I said, I'm not like the average collectors you used to be in here. You know, I work for a living. I know most of you do too. I'm not really poking fun, but I just don't have the space, the time, or the money to be flooding my walls with just stuff I want to collect, just so I have a full collection of, say, Nintendo NES. You know, I don't want every title for the thing. I want what I'm going to play, because, again, my space is limited. So isn't my cash, like everyone else's, you know. It's a shitty economy. But maybe when I become rich, I'll just have a whole house full of this crap. Who knows? But that is it. And, you know, I hope you can appreciate what I do have. And I'll be adding to it. And, of course, I subtract from it here and there. But as I pick things up, you know, I'll hip you to it. I'll let you see it. And, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. I just want to give a couple shout-outs real quick. I'm also an admin over at the Gamer Geek Nation. You can find us on YouTube here. You can find Gamer Geek Nation on Facebook. We are 20,000 plus strong. So that's pretty awesome. We just hit 20,000. We're actually about to hit 21,000. Jason, the Retro Champ, good guy. Just started making videos. He's a lot more professional than I am. Also a huge fan of the Game Chasers, the Houston Retro Gamers, Cartridge Brothers. I mean, there's tons of them. They're up in Canada, you know. A couple of cool cats to check out. But that's about it, guys. I hope you get used to this guerrilla-style filming, because this is what I do. I got a cell phone and a little app to edit it. I mean, that's what I got. Pretty soon, hopefully, I'll be getting a little bit better at this. But, you know, if you like what you said, you know, give me the old thumbs up, subscribe, pass this around. And, you know, hopefully I'll get to meet a whole bunch of you, because that's what this is really all about. I want to meet the gaming community across this whole rock that we called the world. And, you know, maybe get into some trading, talking, rants, whatever have you. So I hope you folks are having a good holiday season. Thanksgiving was just last weekend, and I hope everyone made it through that safe and secure. And until then, guys, the Atari Creep signing out with bye-bye.